I'm
Yeah,
not so.
my throat's still, if you notice, my throat's still a little harsh.
What did you have? COVID or something?
No, just regular
Just
cold.
okay. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, my boss gave it to me the night of the Death Cab for Cutie
Yeah.
concert. I went in there to get the stuff for the concert, drive the vehicle and stuff like that. And he was sick as a dog, sitting at his desk. And I was like, "Oh man, that looks so bad. I'm sorry." And then I get it.
I mean, that's usually how it happens. You're around people who are sick. You get their sickness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all the time. Usually, I'm pretty
So you have
jacked
that
up.
cough drop in your mouth. Are you start doing ASMR for everyone?
What's that?
You have that cough drop in your mouth. Are you start doing ASMR for everyone? Talk really to the mic and click around the candy in your mouth. No, they don't do it that way, but yeah, I don't. It's kind of early, man. Kind of.
Yeah. I know. As soon as I leave, as soon as I get done here, I got to go pick up my truck.
Oh, what's up with your truck? Is it fucked up?
It's downtown.
Oh, what? You just left it there?
Yeah, last night.
Oh, okay. Why'd you leave it there?
Because DUIs are a bad thing.
Oh, okay. That's a good reason. That's a really good reason. Oh.
But yeah, my I'll try as much as possible to mute the mic every time I have to spit and do stuff, but it's I'm done being sick and
Mhm.
it's all coming
It's the
out.
residual, yeah, residual.
Mhm.
It's the residue.
And my brain's still a little cloudy. So
Mhm.
like if I don't pick up on something right away, I apologize.
That's okay. I'm yeah, I had a hard time getting up this morning. I did it. So,
Dude, as soon as we're done, I go get the truck and I come back, I'm taking a nap.
are you ready for tomorrow?
Huh?
Are you ready for tomorrow?
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We will be later. I mean, we're gonna go pick up stuff for everything.
Are you gonna do it here at your place, or are you gonna do it like at a place at someone else's place? The Super Bowl party.
At one of our friends' place, Jason, who's actually
Oh
commented
yeah,
on our videos before.
yeah.
He literally he's throwing a major bash tomorrow.
Hmm. Is
I
he
think
from
I'm
Kansas
taking.
City?
He I think he's originally from Topeka, and
Mm.
then he moved to Kansas City. So we'll see how that goes. But Chris, it's been a long week.
Hold on 1 second. My dog's whining, and I can't let her do that on the podcast. So 1 second.
Yeah, don't let your dog whine. Ooh, that was weird. I heard my own voice through your speakers. Nuts. Uh-oh. Chris is gone forever. We'll never know what's going on with him. What happened to this wonderful podcast we were going to do, Chris? Oh. Chris. Chris. Chris, do you want to come back and join us for the podcast? Sorry, everybody that's watching. Chris's dog, I guess, is whining in the background, so he just had to go get his make sure his dog's not make sure he take care of his dog. That's a good pet owner. He's taking care of his dog right now. Sorry about it. This is the video thing is just to record it live anyway, and then he does all the editing later for the Spotify, Apple, and all that stuff. So if you have any questions, ask anything in the chat before we get into the two movies that we're going to be doing today, which is spoiler alert and Knock at the Cabin. So you're going to see a lot of, this guy right here. Yeah. I don't know if you know that guy. He does this all the Chris, I'd really like to do the podcast right now. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, shoot them at me. I don't know. It's taking him so long. I apologize. He's taking care of the dog right now. No, it's not a poop break. He's taking care of the dog, Brett. God, dude, Chris, come on.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
We got a bunch of people watching. They're asking where you're at. One guy thinks.
Well, I'm back.
One guy thinks.
Well, I did that earlier.
You know, it's really cool. After going to Death Cab for Cutie this week, having one of the worst colds I've had, and besides COVID, now I get to do a movie podcast.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listener of all ages, this is Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
I'm Chris.
We got more excitement, man. Come on. You got to be the loud one today. You got to be the loud one. I don't have it.
Fine. I'll just talk closer to Mike about that. Is that better? We'll do that.
There you go.
Here we are.
Today, I am just getting over a cold. You can hear it in my voice if you normally listen to the podcast. So Chris is going to have to talk 95% of the time.
This is going to be awesome.
So anyway, 2 movies that we are covering this week. First, over on Peacock is Spoiler Alert, featuring the wonderful, always amazing Jim Parsons.
You said spoiler alert, right? It's not just spoiler.
It's Spoiler Alert.
Okay, I thought you said spoiler and then just... Okay, all right, spoiler alert. Jim Parsons.
Question 1. Where are my pants?
You might want to check YouTube.
What do I search?
It's already loaded. Just hit play.
All right, people, let's get down to the math. It is only 3-dimensional thinking that limits our imagination. Can I take my pants off over my head? Of course not. My body's in the way. But if we had access to higher dimensions, we could move our pants around our bodies through the 4th dimension. And our days of dropping trousers would be over.
Oh, Lord. This couldn't be any more humiliating.
Give it a minute.
Now for the astronomers in the audience, get ready to see the dark side of the moon. And here's Uranus.
That's from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. I mean, 10 seasons of Jim Parsons. I mean, one of the best one of the best TV sitcoms in the last 2 decades, right?
One of the last remaining was the laugh tracks.
Yeah. Also in this movie is Ben Aldridge.
I've been promoted to a permanent posting. If I have any security needs, I thought perhaps you and I could come to some kind of arrangement. An annual contract, perhaps.
Well, that's very amiable of you. I thought you'd resent me abducting you and that.
No hard feelings. Just the highest respect for your competence.
Your business. Jolly near got us killed.
She's not wrong. What is your business exactly?
Well, the company I work for works with the government of the United States of America under the strictest standards of honor and justice.
Ah, you're a hat job.
That's Thomas Wayne. No, in Pennyworth.
From Pennyworth, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's who that was until
till you looked it up or until you saw the movie.
Until I saw the movie.
Okay.
Then also in this movie, Sally Field, everybody.
Get her off me! You're crazy! You're nuts!
You can never kiss her!
Of course I can kiss her!
Oh, this is ridiculous. I can kiss who I want.
No! You can't! You can't kiss her!
Why? Because she's your niece?
No, you nitwit! Because she's my daughter! And your daughter!
What?
What are you talking about?
We're her parents. You and I. We're her mommy and her daddy. It was our 4th date. Summer 1970, Shakespeare in the Park, a bottle of Chardonnay. All's well that ends well.
So that's they like her. They really like her.
Soap-ish with
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr., Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, Kevin Kline. Man, that's one of my favorite old time or one of my cheesy.
1991, dude.
I know, dude. And also in this movie is Bill Irwin, who I couldn't find any speaking parts because he's just one of the greatest dancers and physical comedians of all time. And the movie is, spoiler alert. Now, the second movie that we watched this week is the big one at the movie theater this week.
Yeah,
The scary
big
movie,
one.
the M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah.
Knock at the Cabin, featuring the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, one of the greatest actors that came out of the wrestling world, Batista.
So this has gotten some attention recently, so obviously I would like to speak to this. And the answer is no, Jimmy Kimmel. I do not hate boobs. Boobs give us many useful things. Boobs give us milk, cheese, nourish our young until the age where we can go out and hunt for them. And let's be honest, boobs are fun. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right, babe?
I love my boobs. They're so much fun. Oops, sorry, feminist.
Sorry, feminist. So when we're talking about the breastification of America, I mean, what that means is a breakdown in the natural order. Evolutionary truths to go back billions of years. So when you're asking a young man in America to slow down so a woman can catch up, for centuries, the Western workplace has been dominated by men because that's what nature made us to do.
Dookie, I've been calling you. You gotta answer me when I call.
Oh, will you shut it? We've been over this a million times. I told you when me and Whiskey are live, you gotta listen.
From one of the best movies of last year, Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. Oh my God, I had to do that part.
Of course.
You know, when Batista started wrestling, he was a vampire character.
A vampire character.
Yeah, here it is.
Huh.
There it is. There he is. When he was that's him in his 20s. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Also in this movie, the wonderful Jonathan
Groff.
say it for me. Thank you.
Groff.
When I first got here, you didn't get up to greet me. And you didn't invite me inside, but you won't come to dinner with me. You've been sitting here this whole time with your arms crossed, which I know from you is a bad sign. You've been in a shitty mood the last 10 times we've been together, and you're always starting arguments, and you've been assessing me in a very negative light. And in spite of your recent confusion about your degree, you stay up late every single night doing homework, leaving me to go to bed alone. When I first got here, you offered me a sip of your wine, which could be construed as welcoming, but even though you knew that I was coming from the airport, you didn't bring an extra glass, and half the bottle is gone, which means you're trying to take the edge off so that you can break up with me.
All right, so that's from Mindhunters, but Jonathan Groff is known mostly for being King George in Hamilton.
Oh, what's Hamilton?
It's a musical.
It's that one by that really bad guy, that guy that sucks at singing.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, that's in all those movies that I can't stand.
I didn't realize you hate him. I didn't know you hated him.
Oh, dude, yeah. Back when we reviewed Hamilton, I told you I just can't stand his voice.
I don't think it's that bad, but all right.
I don't know why. No, I'm not trying to be a dick. Like literally, I just for some reason cannot stand his voice.
Who else is in this movie?
Oh, the one, the only Ron Weasley.
Rupert Grint.
I just thought, after all this time, we would have actually achieved something. I thought you knew what you were doing. I thought Dumbledore would have told you something worthwhile. I thought you had a plan.
I told you everything Dumbledore told me. And in case you haven't noticed, we have found a Horcrux already.
Yeah, and we're about as close to getting rid of it as we are to finding the rest of them, aren't we?
Please take the Horcrux. If you wouldn't
saying any of this if you hadn't been wearing it all day?
Do you know why I listen to that radio every night, dear? To make sure I don't hear Ginny's name. Or Fred, or George, or Mark.
What, you think I'm not listening to? You think I don't know how this feels?
Oh, you don't know how it feels! Your parents are dead. You have no family.
Stop! Stop!
Fine, let go! Go then!
I just thought, after
Oh.
all this...
Sorry. You keep saying that for some reason that one loops over. But yeah, that's
weird. That's weird.
That's from Death of
And then,
House Part 1. I think.
can't forget
Uh-huh.
Ben Ulrich.
I've been promoted to a permanent posting.
All right, so we already did Ben Aldridge. You guys
I know.
using
We had no idea when we picked the two movies that we picked this week that we picked ones that the main actor is the same actor. I think this is the first time that's ever happened.
it's one first. Yeah, it had to have been because that's definitely the
Because we
first
would
time
have
it's ever
noticed it.
happened.
I mean, I would have noticed it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've had where one of the actors was like a guest spot or like a
Yeah, like a bit part, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
All right,
Okay,
Chris.
yeah.
Tell them where they
you
can find us.
You can find Silent Movies and excuse me. You can find us on LightMovies.net. We're on WTMnet.com. Our podcast is there. You guys can subscribe to their feed and you'll find a whole bunch of other cool stuff too. We're on Patreon.com/NewsDon'tSuck. We're on Facebook, Facebook.com/NewsDon'tSuck podcast. We're on Twitter, NTS Podcast. We're on Instagram, NTS Podcast. See us on all socials. If you're watching YouTube, go and subscribe to watch on Facebook. Go and like that page. And if you guys want shirts like the one Neil's wearing right now, go to Bonfire Conference. Movies Don't Suck, and something to do. You'll find that and a bunch of the cool stuff Neil's made. And we're everywhere you find podcasts. Everywhere you find podcasts, you Movies That Don't Suck and something to do. Oh yeah, if you guys want to send us an email, tell us how much you hate us. Go to moviesdon'tsuck. Go email us at moviesdon'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com or info@moviesdon'tsuck.net. And
Is noon too early for you, buddy?
Yeah, dude. It is. I went to bed like 3:00 last night, so.
Yeah, I went to bed about 4:35.
And then Neil's rubbing in his face. I can function on 4 hours of sleep. So
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And after being sick too, and not having a voice for half the week.
Mhm.
All right. And one of the things we do is we always support local, and we're going to support local today. Actually, we're going to, why my voice is not 100% healed is because of one of my favorite places right here in the great town of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Elote. Elote Cafe and Catering. Now look at the food here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, look at this.
Look at that.
Puffy
That corn,
tacos.
man. That
Puffy
corn.
tacos.
Yeah, the corn.
But you know why I was there last night, right?
Soup. I don't know why you were there last night. Oh,
My favorite wrestler, Lunchador, wrestles at Elote. They have a wrestling ring right inside. Here's a picture of all of us in front of the wrestling ring.
oh,
Now, let me tell you about Elote. Elote serves fresh foods, innovative Mexican food using local products and sustainable practices in the heart of downtown Tulsa. Founded in 2008 with just 5 employees, Elote has grown from a small lunch spot to a key contributing restaurant to the elevation of the Deco District, hosting community events including Salsa Fest, Chihuahua races, Cinco de Mayo. They hold a big festival down there, which is actually what this picture's from. That's Cinco de Mayo downtown. The whole street is packed, if you can see behind them. They do the art alley, drag brunch, and of course, lucha libre wrestling. Elote has also led the city with sustainable practices such as recycling, composting, and using biodegradable to-go boxes and shopping locally. Elote is owned and operated by the Libby Billings, Tulsa native, Booker T. Washington alumni, and OSU IT Culinary School graduate. Billings has no investors and is proud to be a role model for other women and girls who want to follow their entrepreneurial dreams. Check out her restaurants, also located in the Deco, amid the Vault and Robinga. And I lost Chris. Chris? But anyway, Elote Restaurant. Again, you can check them out on Facebook at Elote Cafe, or check them out at elotetulsa.com. And I lost Chris. I have no idea where Chris went. There's Chris.
Yeah, things are trying to go my way this morning. It seems like.
Do I have to re-record all that, or can you
No,
skip the video?
I can rip from YouTube and stick it in here, so we're good.
Okay, cool. Okay, because I just like read a whole 3-paragraph thing, and then I looked up and I was like, Chris isn't here. Weird.
Yeah, I'll rip from YouTube and then put it back together. So,
But anyway, everybody, elotetulsa.com is where you can find them, or you can go to Elote Cafe, Elota Cafe at facebook.com. All right.
yeah,
Like
man.
I said, I was there last night. Look at that. Lunchador. Oh, I love Lunchador. It's one of my
He's got
favorite
a
pro
little,
wrestlers right now.
he's got
Here we go.
he's got his own little Whataburger looking patch. Oh, he's there. He's our sponsor
His
now.
Lunchador?
Or he's our
Yeah, he took the Whataburger symbol and turned it into an L instead of a W.
That's awesome. I had a after knocking the cabin, I actually went and got myself a Dr. Pepper shake from the burger. It's right next to my theater now, so I'm pretty happy that we have Whataburgers going around thanks to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they got one
Yes.
Whataburger, or they got 2 yet?
No, they got like 5 of them.
Oh, they're all the way up to 5 now.
Yeah. There's I've seen at least 3 of them. I don't know where the other 2 are, but I know that
Wow, like
one's
that
right next-
domino, the first domino fell, and they're like, yeah,
It's always there's always people there, man. But I went there after knock the cabin. It was good times. I got myself a Dr. Pepper shake because that's new. But you know
when I
what?
was coming home from Death Cab from Cutie, it was about
Mhm.
2 o'clock, 1 o'clock,
Mhm.
2 o'clock in the morning, and there's still a line at the Whataburger.
Oh yeah, because everyone's stopping there after the show, right?
Yep.
That's
No,
right.
we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near where the show's at.
What's going on?
The
then?
show's on the whole other side. At Whataburger down the street from me always has a line.
All right. Well, did you stop there?
No, I wanted to go home and go to bed.
Oh, that's fair.
I wasn't feeling well, and then the next morning I found out why.
Okay. Do you want to talk about movies? I think we should.
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
talk
movies.
about spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, starring Jim Parsons. Or I'm sorry, it's directed by Michael Showalter. He directed he's pretty well known film actor and guy. He also directed one of my favorite movies that came out the year, The Big Sick. Do you remember The Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani?
Yep.
Yeah, and he directed that, and this is written by David Marshall Grant, Dan Savage, the great Dan Savage, podcaster, Savage Lovecast, and Savage Love column, and based on the book by Michael Ausilio called Spoiler Alert. This stars Jim Parsons.
That's not
as
what the book's called.
I'm not going to give the whole name.
Why? That's the name.
Okay, fine. Spoiler alert: the hero dies. All right.
Yeah.
This is Jim Parsons plays Michael Ausilio.
Question 1. Where are my pants?
Ben Aldridge plays Kit Cowan.
I've been promoted to a permanent posting.
Also, this has Josh Pace as Scott Lagerhart as Fanny. This Sadie Scott as Kirby, and also has Sally Bill Irwin as Bob. And I'm trying to find Sally Field's name here, but she's in this movie. She plays Sally Field Marilyn, who plays Kit's mom.
Get her off me! You're crazy! You're nuts!
You can't kiss her! You can never kiss her!
Of course I can kiss her!
This is ridiculous.
Okay. All right. And this has a storyline that Neil should read because there's only one line.
And with my throat and my vocals, I might mess up all the names. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
The story of Michael Ocello and Kit Cohen's relationship, which takes a tragic turn when Cohen is diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Yeah, so it's a cancer movie. Right?
Yeah. It's a cancer movie.
And it's not bad.
It's like as soon as I saw the storyline, that's why it's like you can go ahead and give the full title. It tells you right there. But it's called Spoiler Alert: The Hero Dies is the book, which is very acclaimed, and is actually about let's see if I got it. Oh, there we go. Boom.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's based on the autobiography of what TV lines. So yeah, it's I guess it's based on the book, right? So they have these you got Jim Parsons, who I think was 49 years old. Did you know that?
I thought he was way older than that. I thought he was like 53 or something.
Oh, well, it's not that way. 4 years is not way older, but yeah. This is it's a cute movie. It made me laugh. It made me cry. Did all those things. And my wife had cancer for a short time, and so
Yeah.
like some of that stuff is familiar. Not near as like severe as this is, but like it's sort of like the unknowing part of it, like.
Yeah, I mean, this movie one, it had like I love the whole Jim Parsons character where he thought his life was a sitcom.
Oh yeah, those little
And-
parts in it. Yeah, it had,
And I love those little one-liners that he did and stuff like that. Where's my notebook? Well, I'll say them later. But I love the quirkiness of it, and then it just takes a turn. Like there's like a dinner scene where they're having dinner with their friends, and then like right after that is when
Yeah.
this movie just like goes from happiness and sunshine and everything is grand to like, oh hey, now you're gonna deal with death. Like,
it's the movie's like two parts. Like you have the sort of fun part of a new relationship, and then the blossoming of that relationship turning into like something pretty substantial, and then you have this tragedy, sort of like this sort of scary thing, that sort of all that other stuff that was sort of kind of ancillary white noise. You come straight back to focus with this person that is such a huge part of your life, and you can't do anything. Like you can do what there's limitations to what man can do in modern medicine, and this movie focuses partly on that, So
and it's like this week we really got to find the depth of one Ben Aldridge, because since he's a main character in both the movies we watch, this being a comedy drama, and the next movie, of course, being a horror suspense thriller. But this is man. At first I loved him, and then I hated him, and then I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Like, because he was being such a dick to Jim Parsons' character Michael or whatever at one point, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, I don't like you, and then all of a sudden you find out he has cancer, and it's like, oh, what am I like? I was a little confused at that time. Like, am I don't want to feel sad for this guy, because this guy's kind of been a dick for like the last 10 minutes of this movie, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, it doesn't matter if he's a dick or not, he's dying. Gosh dang it.
For anyone who's even in a relationship, this is for anyone, not just gay couples or straight couples. Everyone's been through these beats in a relationship, like building a tradition, sort of the first night, or the first, the early parts of it, like sort of revealing yourself, which is great for people like you and I who are married, and sort
Right.
of and know the sort of deepness you can get with another person when it comes to relationships. So honestly, that was my favorite part of the movie. The first part.
Yeah, it was the first part of the movie was amazing. Well, I mean, even the emotional part at the end. I mean, it really, it got a tear out of me. Definitely,
I'm a
especially
softie, so
there's this great conversation between Jim Parsons and Ben, or Michael and Kit, I should say. And there's this great conversation near the end of that movie where I was just like, I was babbling like a freaking baby.
I cried. I definitely cried. But
I cried a good man cry. It was a manly cry. So don't call me a wimp.
I'm not calling you one. When it comes to the movie itself, so we watched this watched at home. What was this on? Amazon?
Yeah, this is on
Right?
Peacock. This is on Peacock.
Peacock.
It's gonna show my Peacock.
So this is definitely a movie you can watch at home. It's not something you need to see in theaters. In fact, it felt like it was made for a TV screen, which is it's not a horrible thing, but it's like a very small movie to me.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not a slight on it. Jim Parsons and Ben Aldridge are great, and Sally Field are great. All the acting, it was fantastic. I didn't see Jim Parsons as Sheldon in this.
No, yeah, and that's the thing, especially after I mean, dude, I've rewatched Big Bang Theory, I think like 3 times. Yeah, like
Mhm.
it's one of those shows I just throw on in the background because I love the nerdy jokes and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And um so for me to see him removed from a character I know him as for 10 years,
Mhm.
it was amazing. It was
But
awesome. He did a great
but
job.
see, I don't really watch. I've seen episodes. My wife watches it when we're like we're on vacation and it's on TV, and we're just winding down. But I don't know what channel it's on or what is it on a streaming platform at all? Big Bang Theory
What's that?
is Big Bang
Yeah,
Theory
it's
on
on
a stream?
HBO Max. It's on HBO Max.
Okay, I'll let Leah know. But yeah, I know who Sheldon is, and to know someone who's watched all 10 seasons of it doesn't see as Jim Parsons, I guess, or it doesn't see him as Sheldon, is a testament to his acting.
Yeah,
'Cause
cause like when I saw him in what was the movie or the show that he did where it was about old Hollywood, and it was like I think it was a movie or a show where they were talking about old Hollywood, and he was like a agent or whatever. Maybe it was a movie we did, maybe it was a show I watched,
it's
but
supposed to
there
be a show
was
you watched.
it was something where he was like an agent back in the 1940s or 50s in Hollywood, and like the whole time I watch, all I have to do is look him.
Yeah, he is.
I can look up his name, and I'm sure it'll be one of the top things it advertises because he got nominated for a bunch of awards for it. Not Hidden Figures, even though Hidden Figures he was in it.
Hollywood is that TV miniseries? Is that what it's called?
Hollywood, yeah, the
Yeah.
TV miniseries Hollywood. Yeah,
Okay.
he was in that, and like the whole time it was hard for me to take him as that character
Right.
because it was too near. Even though it was a complete douchebag, it was still like it was very Sheldon-y to me for some reason. I couldn't get away from it.
Well, but yeah, spoiler alert, you'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll have familiar feelings if you're in a relationship. It's fine.
Yeah,
It didn't
I
break-
mean, I think it's one of those movies that if you want to sit down and watch a tear-jerking, heartbreaking love story that can do nothing but make you feel raw emotion and bawl like a little girl for like 20 minutes, this is
Mhm.
exactly the movie you want to watch.
Yeah, it is. So
All right.
that's spoiler alert.
Yeah,
You had some quotes
spoiler.
for
Let's
us.
let's get some quotes and let's give our rating. This All right. This isn't how our story was supposed to end, but you were the plot twist I didn't expect. No man in this club has been in a woman in years. Wait a minute. Isn't she the one whose haircut almost got the show canceled? She caught me drooling over a shirtless Bo Brady. You used to watch Days Are Alive, didn't you?
I did not.
I don't think that's true. You always feel like premium cable to my network sitcom. What is this, Michael? It's the Smurfs. Am I going back into the closet? Dude, they would not accept you. There's a corner of our bedroom that looks like the pot version of Walter White's meth lab. Is that how your house is?
It is.
Honey, I'm Cancer. I'm home. You have to run the race in front of you. Welcome to the Stoners Club, Michael. We've been waiting for you for a long time. Now you know how Cherry Garcia feels. What if this is just a science? What if this is just a scene from our story? A good TV show can make life. A good TV show can make real life make sense. That's it.
My one, this is it's fine. It made me cry, made me laugh, but it didn't blow my socks off. It's like a 3.7 or 3.8 for me. It's good. and I'm not upset we watched it, but and I'm glad you pushed me to watch it, but it's fine. It's a movie.
It was a good movie. It makes you feel happiness when you need to feel the happiness. It makes you feel sadness at the parts where the sadness comes in. The acting was superb.
Acting was top
I'm gonna
notch,
go a
yeah.
little. I'm gonna go a little higher than you, just because again, Jim Parsons made me forget that he was Sheldon for
Mhm.
2 hours.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to go about a 3.9 on this. I really like Jim
Wow,
Parsons
okay.
acting. And again, it got me at one spot in this movie. I am not going to lie. I was blubbering like a freaking, I don't know like
Mhm.
what, but I was just like, what the heck?
Mhm.
Why?
All right. So you get 3.9 for you, 3.7 for me. What is the audience score for Spoiler Alert on RottenTomatoes.com?
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I think it's going to be 79.
97%.
Holy cow. They really
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. And now I'm on the what is the Big Bang Critics score for Spoiler Alert on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know. I'm gonna go probably 84 if they gave
You're
that.
really close, 85%.
85.
Yeah.
Wow.
Critics'
They liked it
consensus
too.
is critics' consensus is it can be frustratingly uneven, but strong performances from a talented cast help Spoiler Alert stay on the right side of saccharin. All right. Yeah. I was afraid it would be a little too sweet, but they were able to stave that off with jokes about drugs too. So yeah.
That's
s-
weird. That is
so
weird.
that's Spoiler Alert.
You're
but I
a
think
spoiler alert.
I'm a spoiler alert. I think it's time for news.
You're always a spoiler alert.
Is it news time? It's news time, right?
It's always news time. This is the Movies Don't Suck in Something News. I'm gonna read Chris a bunch of stuff, and he's gonna act like he even cares one little thing about it.
All right, dude, lay down me. Ready to go.
Okay, so I'm trying to collect all this,
Mhm.
but remember last week when I did the news? Remember that?
Yeah. What happened?
So, Chris, we have another film schedule
Okay,
from
fine, fine.
Universal Studios.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Knock at the Cabin,
yeah,
February
we saw
3rd.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear, February 24th.
We're definitely seeing
Which
that.
we're definitely seeing that. Super Mario, April 7th. We're seeing that. There's no
mhm.
way. And it's but Rhinefield, of course, we're seeing
Oh yeah,
that.
we can't. I can't wait for that fucking movie. When is that? again?
April 14th.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Your favorite series, May 19th, Fast and the Furious 10,
Oh, so Fast X or for Furious X or what is
5X,
it?
whatever they call it.
Okay.
Strays on June 9th, which is an animated dog movie with Will Ferrell in it and Will Forte. I saw the trailer for this last night. We
Mhm.
were to watch this, dude. It looks
Okay.
hilarious.
Okay.
Oppenheimer on July
Oppenheimer.
21st. Yeah, with
Fucking hell.
Christopher Nolan, of course, your boy.
Cillian Murphy.
The Last Voyage of the Demeter, August 11th. It's let's see if it gives me any information. It covers the famed voyage of Dracula from Transylvania to England.
Mm.
All right.
Are they gonna have
Yeah.
Nick Cage as Dracula again?
I don't know.
'Cause
It
they're-
doesn't say.
because-
It doesn't say anything like that. An untitled Please Don't Destroy comedy movie. Do you know who the Please Don't Destroy people are, don't you?
No, who are they?
They're the ones, they're like the Lonely Island of Saturday
Okay.
Night Live now.
Okay.
They're the
All right.
ones that write skits and stuff like
Okay.
that for
All right.
Saturday Night Live. An untitled Exorcist movie, which will be October 13th. Trolls 3. And that's it. Yeah, Trolls 3. That's the last one of the year.
I remember there's a Trolls 3 that's like considered one of the worst movies of all time. Like Troll 3. Do you think they're gonna reference that? I mean, we're not gonna see
I
Trolls.
have no idea. I have no idea. All right. So, Chris, guess what?
What?
I have a film schedule for MGM Focus, and A24.
24. They've been knocking
All right,
out of the
you
park
ready for this
recently.
one?
I let's do it, dude.
All right. Of an Age, February 17th by Focus. That
Mhm.
looks like a young ballroom dancer has a 24-hour romance with his friend's brother.
Okay.
A24 and Apple are putting out Sharper on February 17th. And let's see, it's a con man decides to take on a whole lot of New York billionaires.
Okay. Sure. We'll watch that.
MGM March 3rd is Creed 3.
We're watching that.
We're gonna have to see that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta see that. Champions, March 10th on Focus. That's the Woody Harrelson basketball
yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
Inside, March 17th by Focus, which is William Dafoe stars in a film
Oh,
about a
yeah.
high-end art thief.
I
which-
can't wait
yeah.
for this. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I know this is the list. As soon as I saw this list,
This
a
is
couple
March
days ago,
March 13th, you said?
that is March 17th. That
Okay, so
comes
we can watch
out,
that the
St.
week
Patty's
after
Day.
Creed. We can
Yep.
watch the day after Creed 3. Okay. Yeah, the week after. Okay.
And 1001 March 31st by Focus, a young woman kidnaps a 6-year-old boy out of foster system, figuring that she can build a better life for him. On a Wing and a Prayer, April 7th, which is Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham starred in the film based on the true story. In mid-flight, a small airplane pilot dies.
Okay.
Ooh, Beau is Afraid, which I'm pretty sure you're all about this one.
I was afraid. Yeah, Ari Aster's newest film, and it looks fucking nuts.
And
looks
it's
fucking
Joaquin
nuts.
Phoenix, and
Yeah.
it's A24. Believe me, that has Chris written all over it.
Yeah, so Ari, like anything Ari Aster, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking in. But yeah. The
Guy
trailer looks
Ritchie's
insane.
back with MGM with The Covenant, April 21st with the military. It's Jake Gyllenhaal stars as Sergeant John Kinley during his last day in Afghanistan. I
Okay.
don't know what more I need than that.
Yeah.
Book Club, the next chapter. I know you were a big fan of Book Club.
And that's there's always to get together and talk about books.
Yeah,
Okay.
and instead they took off to like Vegas or something like that.
Okay.
Asteroid City, June 23rd
Yeah,
by
that's
and it's your buddy. It's your
Yeah,
buddy.
it's Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, your best buddy in the world. The Underdogs, October 20th, MGM. Dog spelled with a double G, so you know what that means.
Oh, it's Snoop Dogg's in the movie?
Yep, the plot for the MGM release hasn't been revealed, but what it is so far is it's Snoop Dogg, George Lopez, Mike Epps, and Tika Sumpter will lead the cast, and it's supposed to be a sports comedy. It looks like Snoop Dogg's the coach. The
Okay.
Beekeeper,
Is it
which
wait,
is starring.
Is it yes. Is it Kevin James?
No.
No, okay, what is it?
David Ayer,
Okay.
David Ayer
Mhm.
film with
Mhm.
Jason Statham, Josh Hutcherson, and Jeremy Irons.
What is that? What is it about?
They haven't announced the date.
Okay. Okay.
To be determined this year too. Legally Blonde 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I heard about
I
that.
mean, we all know what legal. And last but not least, for A24 has been announced yet, but it's called Pablo Mista. And it's about a toy designer in New York has his unusual ideas, fails to take hold. His work visa begins to count down to expiration. He'll have to return to El Salvador if he can't make a foothold. He gets a chance to work with an artist, world outcast, and becomes his only hope to stay in New York.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
That's a lot.
schedule.
Yep.
Alright,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
after that, Chris, guess what?
What? Yeah, another film
Disney
schedule?
announced 3 new movies. Disney announced 3 new movies that they'll be sending out this year.
Okay.
Or they're going to be starting on this year.
Mhm.
First is sequel to Zootopia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the first Utopia quite a bit.
Okay. Second is a sequel, third to Frozen.
I don't think we need any more Frozen movies, man. I
I
don't
don't
think we
even
do.
think the second one was that good. Yeah, we saw it. I know we
Yeah.
saw it. Are you ready for this one? Because everybody's really bitching about this one. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Toy Story sequel.
Fucking why? We don't need one.
Why?
Yeah.
We didn't even need the last one. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We liked it, the fourth one, but it was like even then we were like, dude, we don't need this. We don't need.
We
this.
just need the
Why-
three.
why
The
are we
three
getting
are fine. The three are fine. That's all we need. Toy Story 1, 2, 3 trilogy. We're good. We don't need another one. We do not need another Toy Story movie. Fucking A. We'll see it.
We'll see
Not
it.
be happy about it. Not be happy about it.
I mean, it just doesn't. It doesn't make me happy. Talking about Disney. Also, here's one news story. Little Mermaid still not done filming, and it's coming out in release.
It's gonna win.
May.
They better get on that shit. like they're gonna read. I mean, they always push it back to do with video games.
Oh, Chrissy just pops on here. Chrissy is a good person I know back from Kansas City. But Chrissy just made a great comment. She said, "Where's that? Yeah, Disney is squeezing the fuck out of those money counts."
Yeah, they are. They definitely are, Chrissy. You're not wrong.
That is 100%. I totally agree. I mean, Disney, you already own don't you own half the world already?
Mm-hmm.
But they are going through all that trouble where they're getting money taken away from the state they have their the Disney World in.
Disney World, yeah, and Ron DeSantis is gonna be like the new governor or something like that.
Yeah, something like
of
that.
that part. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on. People are
All
pissed
right.
about it, but I honestly, I think that the three most American corporations that may have done the most harm are McDonald's, Disney, and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, no crap. All right. Anyway, remember the movie Splash?
Yeah, I remember with the one with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, the mermaid.
Yeah.
Jillian Bell is going, and the sleepover Sarah Rothschild are writing the script for a remake.
We don't need it. I mean, do we need
Well, I mean, it's Disney.
Yeah.
And it's going to be starring Jillian Bell and Channing Tatum.
Well, Channing Tatum, you know.
Yeah, you know, Magic Mike himself,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, what we're seeing next week.
You don't want to see Magic Mike. I know.
Because
you'll get kicked
no,
out.
if you made me see it, I'd have to watch the other two just to be a completionist.
Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, Lana Condor, and Iris Apatow are to star in an action thriller called Ballerina Overdrive. That'll be coming out. It's directed by Vicky Josen, who did The Witcher. From the screenplay from Kate Friend, who did Afterlife. They'll tell the story of a troupe of ballerinas who find themselves fighting for survival as they attempt to escape from a remote inn after their bus breaks down on the way to a dance competition. I am all about that.
Iris Apatow is actually daughter of Judd Apatow.
Yeah, I know who exactly it
Okay.
is. Why do you think I said her name?
All right. I was just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry, everybody. Don't worry. It was just a lie. It did not get canceled. Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves is still a thing of the DC universe. It's still happening.
Yeah. James Gunn's all
Even
about
though James Gunn made it clear that his Constantine has blonde hair and wears brown turncoats. He even said in an interview, but they're still going forward with it because, I mean, it's Keanu Reeves. You got to give him one more shot.
I like that movie. A lot of people talk shit on that Constantine movie. I like Constantine, but again,
Well,
people had their
it's
diverged so much from the source material that they were pissed
it's
about.
kind of
Okay.
like gosh, I wouldn't even know what would be a good example of it's Blade. Blade would be a great example. Even though Blade, the movie, the character was kick-ass, right?
Mhm.
That's not what Blade looks like in the comic book. So
Okay.
that's I think where their separation comes from that.
Blade was still black in the comic books, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Anthony Hopkins and Glenn Powell star in the remake of the Argentina action thriller 4x4. It's going to be called Lock. It's a remake of Martin Cohen's action thriller about a car thief who steals the wrong car.
I'm wondering who Anthony
Oh,
Hopkins
see, there's my
is-
buddy Jason. He's
Hey,
like
Jason.
we said. Yep, Constantine is an amazing movie.
Yeah,
Love
Jason's right.
Constantine.
Yeah,
It's
thanks, Jason.
it's one of my go-tos still to this day to just throw on while I'm doing something. Now, Chris, I cannot believe this. I saw this earlier this week before I got sick and all that stuff. And
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And I cannot believe this is an actual thing. the kiss in You People during
Yeah,
the
I heard
marriage
about this. I
is
fucking heard about this.
CGI.
Is it? Was it because of COVID? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, but
Or
the
she's
actor
so
Andrew,
she's
the
so
actor,
grossed out by Greasy Jonah Hill in that movie.
oh, that's so mean. Don't say that. Poor Jonah Hill, bro.
Was his hair looking greasy the whole fucking time doing that movie?
Man, whatever. Don't be mean to.
I like
poor
Jonah Hill, but the
yeah, he's
weird
only
thing.
had how many mental breakdowns? Come on, leave the poor guy alone. All right, he's still making it good in life. But the actor Andrew Schultz was claiming that the kiss between Jonah Hill and Lauren London is completely CGI. He said, I saw them filming and they didn't even they got about this close, and that was it. And they're like, how are they going to make that work?
I wonder
Like,
why they
was
did
what he-
that way.
I have no idea. I don't know if it was, if like Jonah Hill didn't want to kiss somebody, if she didn't want to kiss Jonah Hill, I don't know what it was. Maybe one of them's married and didn't want to,
I know, but you're fucking romantic comedy, dude. Yeah.
I have no idea. Man.
Okay.
All right. So before you go see Ant-Man this year, Ant-Man in the Quantumania, you can go buy
again?
Huh?
Was they come out again? Like next week or something?
I don't know. Soon. Well, February 17th. Yeah, 6 days. Anyway.
Okay, so then next week, yeah.
Definitely, of course.
Yeah.
You can go buy Scott Lang, Ant-Man's autobiography, Look Out for the Little Guy. It is now going to be released all across bookstores, across the entire. It is a fictional biography.
Honestly, if it's a book autobiography and you do an audiobook, it should be Michael Pena just doing it the whole way.
Yeah, the book is 100% real. They put it on Twitter. You can pre-order your copy at Disney Books or at Hyperion Books, and it's books.disney.com. It literally, seriously, I can't believe they made a fictional. I mean, it's Disney. I mean, they try to get every dollar out of everything. Just like here we go. We'll say it one more time. Oh, Disney is squeezing the fuck out of their money. Ash and Bone 2 in the works with the original cast. Now, did you watch Ash and Bone, the movie?
Ash and
the
Bone,
horror
no.
film?
No, I didn't watch Ash and Bone.
It was on Shudder and stuff like that. And this what's the best way to describe it? It's like a survivor's movie of a nightmare that just continues on. After surviving the brutal assault by the McKinley family, the Vanderbilts hack to Detroit to pick up their lives and rekindle the family, only to find out that the nightmare isn't over and the traumatic recovery gets interrupted. So the people that they fought in Ash and Bone will probably come visit them in the city. So they're in the country, kind of. Okay, I thought you said.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what,
didn't see
man?
Ash and Bone. What?
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey plans to give all the characters in the world of that are open, all those wonderful fairy tale characters that Disney has done are going to be all in a cinematic universe. We're talking about a coked out Tinkerbell. We're talking about like in his movie Peter Pan. We're talking about a massive slaying by Bambi. The idea is where the quote from the guy.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The idea is that we're going to try and imagine that they're all in the same world so we can have crossover. People have been messaging me saying they really want to see Bambi versus Pooh.
So the thing about Blood and Honey is it's only released for one day, the 15th, and for one show. I had plans that day, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
Well, the theater I looked at was already full.
Oh, they need to do
one
something
screen,
like
only one screen in all of Tulsa's playing.
Well, okay, I don't
So
feel that
nothing
bad
you can do
anymore.
about it. Chris's favorite movie, La La Land, is now heading to Broadway.
Makes sense. They can definitely do that in a stage. Cool.
Oh, dude, I know. I mean, it's La La Land. It makes sense. I mean, it's one of the dancing musicals of the year. One of the
Almost
year.
won. Almost won Best Picture though, but that instead went to Moonlight.
Yeah, but Jamie Foxx messed that all up. Hey, guess what, man?
What?
Guess what?
What?
I know what you did last summer.
It's a series on Amazon now, right?
No, it's a sequel in the works with the original cast returning.
So Jeff Hewitt's coming back.
So, like, what was the last one? Was it I Still Know What You Did Last Summer or something like that?
How many was there a third one? Was there a third? I thought there was just only the two. I don't know,
I
man.
can't remember. I know there's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't know if look it up, man. You have a
Yeah, you can look it up. Keep going.
Fran Drescher is teasing a potential Nanny the movie.
I'm not sure we need that.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh,
But
there are
if she
three
does
of
it,
them.
we're watching it.
So there's 1997 I Know What You Did Last Summer. 1998 I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. In 2006 I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. So this is the fourth one.
Damn, dude. All right, whatever. One of our favorite Spider-Man is getting his own series on Amazon. Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, really?
Is getting his own series on the good old Amazon.
So does that mean that Nick Cage didn't do the voice of him still?
It does not indicate anything more than what I just told you. I
Okay,
wish to tell you
okay.
more. But they're like,
All right.
hey, we're doing this. And it's like, cool. And much information. We're going to get the final Riddick movie from Vin Diesel. Finally, Riddick Fura, which is the planet that his.
The problem with the last one is it wasn't very good. This one
No,
looks
I
better.
know. Chronicles of Riddick was good. Pitch Black was good
Yeah.
because you didn't even know it was a Chronicle of Riddick. It was
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
a horror movie than anything.
Is this based on a comic book? Is it based on a comic book? Are you looking right now?
I'm reading. I'm reading. I think it was. I dude, you gotta remember, I read all these before I got sick. Half these news.
Okay, all right, fine,
I
fine.
did throughout the week. Doesn't say here.
Okay, all
Doesn't
right,
say.
fine.
But I read last piece of news. I saved it for last because I'm pretty sure you've not heard this one yet, and
Yeah.
you're gonna. This is gonna make Chris smile, which he doesn't do too often. He doesn't do it.
No, it's kind of hard to do for me at any point. So, what's up?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Woody Harrelson,
Okay, I'm half smiling already.
Olivia Colman.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, you know those two. All right.
Yeah, I do.
Are
Yeah.
teaming up for a film adaptation of Bob Dylan's musical "Girl from the North Country."
Oh, I'm looking forward to this already.
All right, I knew you'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
Chloe Bailey will also be in it. The playwright behind the musical, Connor Fearson, will be writing and directing the film. The Girl from the North Country is a Broadway musical that features the expansion musical library of the singer-songwriter that includes such as Forever Young, All Along the Watchtower, Like a Rolling Stone. Graham Prophet and Pete Caesarn leads Blueprint Pictures, and backing the film adaptation is Pear Severs. The film's produces CAA Media Finance will handle the domestic sales. Rocket Science will deal with it internally. It tells a tale of a group of frequent travelers who had their lives intersect as they stayed in the guest house. Things will soon start to get out of hand when Nick Lane, played by Champions actor Harrelson, Woody Harrelson, I don't know why they said Champions because it's his movie, it just came out, and his wife Elizabeth, who's suffering from dementia, played by Coleman. The couple is facing financial difficulties as they bank is foreclosing on their home, while their adopted daughter, Marianne, played by Bailey, is keeping a dark secret that will soon hook up with an ex-convict, Joe Scott, played by Tosin Cole. Watches their lives, everyone involved changes forever.
I'm sure we'll get like a soundtrack for this one that will be fucking
Dude,
sold everywhere.
yeah, I'm sure you're gonna freaking listen to that until your ears bleed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But that's the news. Let's get to the last movie.
Oh, well, real quick, I want to mention the Outwaters that we saw for Pankfest last year, the one that gave you nightmares. That's now on Screenbox. So if you guys want to,
Yeah, man. So if you want to go watch a movie that gave me nightmares, and that's saying something.
yeah,
Because
go
one
ahead
of the
and,
first movies I remember watching as a child is Hellraiser. And that never gave me nightmares. That never gave me nightmares. But yeah, if you want to go to Screenbox, I think they got a free 7-day trial or something like that.
yeah,
if you want to try it
yeah.
out
So if
for
you guys
7
want,
days.
it's a very divisive movie. People hate it or like it. I'm one of the people. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I just watched. So, yeah, it was a Pain Fest last year. Gave Neil nightmares. So you guys want to do that? Real quick, another thing, we are covering Panic Fest again this year. So
yes,
you guys,
Panic Fest is going to be covered by us. We're going to love every moment of it.
Yeah, we're friends with people there. So, all right,
We
this
know
is
some people.
Yeah,
That was the news. That was the movies don't suck and some of the news. Chris actually did care this time because it had Bob Dylan in it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we'll talk about the final big movie this year. Final like the biggest movie probably that came out this year so far. You think, right? So far is this one, right?
Well, Avatar came out in 2022, right?
Yeah. So it's this one.
Okay.
So M. Night
far.
M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin, written by M. Night Shyamalan, and Steve Desmond and Michael Sherman all wrote the screenplay. This day stars, you know him, you love him. You love
Batista. Oh wait. Let's be first.
Okay,
You never seen his pyro before, have you? That's his actual pyro every time.
When's the last time he wrestled?
It's been a while. He did a thing. He came back for a little bit, and then finally, it was right around Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy, because one of the last things he ever did. Here it is. I actually have a GIF of it.
Waving
that was him. Yeah, he was like, dude, I'm not going to be your bitch to Triple H and Randy Orton or whatever and what stuff. He goes, bye. And then, like, right as he's leaving, Triple H is on the microphone and he yells at him. He's like, when your movie in Hollywood, fails, don't come crawling back to me for a job.
Well, yeah, he's all right though. I think he's doing
okay. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is like one of the biggest hits ever from.
Yeah.
But anyway, also in this movie,
Jonathan Groff.
When I first got here, you didn't get up to greet me.
Yeah, and also Rupert Grint as Redmond.
I just thought, after all this time, we would have actually achieved something.
Also, this stars Ben Eldridge as Andrew.
I've been promoted to a permanent posting.
This also stars Nikki Amuka Bird as Sabrina, Abby Quinn as Adrian, Kristen Koo, the newcomer Kristen Koo is Win, and this stars and that's basically the main cast. Like that's all you really need to know when it comes to this movie. Why don't you read the storyline for this one?
While vacationing, a girl and her parents are taken hostage by armed strangers who demand that the family make a choice to avert the apocalypse.
So Neil, I am banning trailers for the rest of my life because I saw this trailer and I fucking basically saw the movie. It's complete bullshit. Like I probably would have been okay with it more if I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen the whole thing, because the trailers, we go to the theaters, I have to see movies. I'm just gonna walk out until like the trailers are fucking over. Especially for this.
My wife doesn't even pay attention to the trailers. She actually like if we go see a movie together, she stays on her phone and completely ignores the trailers.
Yeah.
Because that thing exactly. Okay. Now if I didn't know this was an apocalypse movie, and you just made it like it was a scary horror movie.
Yeah.
And then I got the apocalypse thing like in the movie when I went and seen it, like, oh, this is a crazy apocalypse movie. Oh shit. I think that would have been a great twist.
Yeah.
Which M. Night's known for.
Yeah. But like I saw the trailer and I'm like, well, okay, so I saw these crazy things happening in the trailer, right? And I'm like, hold on. And then I watched him. I'm like, I fucking saw this thing. Like, I knew exactly what was happening the whole time. It bothered me that much. Like, I probably would have liked it a whole lot. I probably would have thought that it was pretty fucking cool if I hadn't seen the trailer.
No,
because
like, and to be honest, okay, look, trailer did ruin it. The trailer did ruin what was gonna, not exactly what was gonna happen, but it just kind of ruined, the surprise of it all.
Yeah.
But besides that, let's move on. Dave Bautista.
So good.
Oh my God. Let's talk about the greatest pro wrestler. In fact, I have here's a Dave Bautista fact for you. Dave Bautista, best wrestler turn actor.
That's a fact. Well, yeah, for acting for sure. Like The Rock is for The Rock.
Nothing against The Rock. The Rock is money. He's blockbuster. But when you see a Rock movie, besides if you go see Central Intelligence or whatever, no, even Central Intelligence was acting. Was action. I'm trying to think of one where he doesn't do action, but it's like it's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. When you go see an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in the 80s, you knew things were going to blow up. You knew big guns were going to be shot.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know this about Dave Bautista, literally started his career in Ohio Valley Wrestling as a WWE development talent in 2012 under the name Leviathan. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So Dave Bautista is amazing. He's a great actor. And when you talk about actor to wrestler to actor, like he's an actor. And nothing is wrong. He's a action star, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a best actor. But Dave Bautista, man, he's so good in this.
Dude, I mean, Dave Bautista is so awesome. Did you know that he was a former member of Evolution, like he with Triple H, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair?
Did you always love Dave Bautista, or is it recently?
To be honest, the first time, you know what? I'm going to even see if I'll pull up a picture of him real quick when he was this character. But when you first saw him on WWE TV, he was not the badass character that he is now. He was like this guy carrying around a box that was the house fund for a preacher guy. Like, I'm not kidding you. Yeah, like seriously, I got a picture. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get loaded up as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But literally there we go. There we go. There's one. That picture works right there. All right. So these guys, when they introduced him into pro wrestling, it was like very much like the weirdest character ever. You're like, okay, because and all he did was with this guy, he was his usher that was carrying around a box to collect funds for the building fund for the guy to build his church.
That's so fucking weird, dude.
Like I said, there it is. And so, like, literally, it was like the dumbest character ever. And he's like, but at least it gets me in the door. And it's like, yeah, I agree with that. But all right, the little girl in this movie.
So good. So good. Man.
And even Rupert playing his part as the character he plays, because I don't want to give any more away than what they already do, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot to give away if you want to.
But his character was amazing, knocked it out of the park. Everybody, like, when it gets to the point where things happen, where the surprises you didn't know, and then
you didn't know if you didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, like, and it comes to parts in this movie where there are little surprises and stuff like that. Like that, there's kind of a twist in it where that I kind of guessed it at first, but then they explain it later. Then I was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's if I were to see this separate from the trailer, I probably would have liked it a whole lot more. But sort of the fact that I know that M. Night has nothing to do with the trailer. I'm sure they hire someone to do the trailer thing. But I would have given nothing like you can't release this. You can't release this.
You know what? Did you know that Batista is a registered Democrat?
Wow. Okay. Wait, I think I read that he supported Bernie Sanders. I think in the last election. Like that's who. Yeah.
Oh, did you know that the actor Batista actually collects steel lunchboxes?
Oh wow. Okay.
I knew this actually for years. He has a
I knew.
whole-
I knew he's a grandparent now. And one of his kids had a kid. He's a granddad now.
Yeah, he's a granddad by any means.
Granddaddy Batista.
The best thing about this movie, all right, that this ain't really giving it away anything more than what it is. You don't know if what's happening is real or fake.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I do love that factor of this movie. That throughout this entire movie, until a certain point, you don't know if what's happening is a delusion in like Batista's character's mind. You know, Batista. You know,
Yeah.
Batista, you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy who's voted #1 in Pro Wrestling Illustrated top 500 wrestlers of 2005. But that Batista was like literally like you don't know if it's his delusion. And I mean, he's a mountain of a man.
Oh yeah, he's
But-
but in this one he's sort of a gentle giant.
Yeah,
You know?
and like there is a scene, one of the scenes that they had capturing grasshoppers,
Mhm.
you know,
So-
between
so
him
delightful.
and Kristen, which is so adorable. You know, because Batista, and I don't know if you know this, Batista earned his first championship belt with Nature Boy Ric Flair when the duo captured the WWE Tag Team Championships in December of 2003.
Okay.
But anyway,
I want to mention something real quick. This movie does pose an interesting question about like it puts you in the actor's shoe or in the shoes of the couple that's in the cabin. Like how would you handle this? You know, like what would you do, sort of thing.
right?
So
And the thing is, Ben Aldridge is one of the characters that has to make that decision, who
Mhm.
was the guy we just talked about in the last movie who's dying of cancer. Now,
Mhm.
this time, he is part of a dilemma where they have to decide if this is real, if this is fake, if, you know,
the things they have to do. Yeah.
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 And to be honest, it was not more night and day for an actor to see like in two different movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do want to mention that the guy who wrote the original book, The Cabinet in the World by Paul Tremblay, he wrote one of my favorite books called A Head Full of Ghosts. So if you guys want a movie the book that will fuck you up, go read A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. That's all I wanted to say.
Man, I just, you know, I like this movie. It's not the best M. Night movie ever.
No.
I had a conversation about this actually last night, like kind of like M. Night's kind of like Stephen King.
Mhm.
You're gonna like more Stephen King movies than you like other ones. There's some that are just so bad you
Yeah.
can't even watch them, like The Village. As soon as you find, if you know what the secret to The Village is before you watch it,
Why watch it?
why watch it? Don't say what it is, just in case any of our listeners haven't.
When I
But,
saw that
like,
movie, I thought that when I was 17 years old, when I saw that movie, I saw it with my girlfriend. I thought it was amazing. And I watched it recently. I'm like, it's not amazing. So
well, I mean, we were 17, man.
yeah.
But I think this was a decent, great movie. I
Mhm.
just wish I did not, just like you. I wish they would advertise this as a horror movie or a suspense movie, and not give you the ending,
Or
or
not
not
give you-
not the ending, but give you the main
Parts, yeah, the
focus.
crazy parts. Yeah. So if you saw the preview, maybe you saw the movie. You give me send us an email. I'll tell you for right or wrong. But I did not. I walked into this and I walked out. I'm like, I saw this. Like I saw this. What the fuck's going on? But you know.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's I kind of upset. I think that's the most upsetting thing about this movie. But
Yeah.
besides that, great thriller parts. The actors who play the main parts: Jonathan, Nikki, Abby, Dave, and Rupert, and Ben and Kristen. The 5 of them or 6 of them was freaking amazing.
Mhm.
7 of them.
Yeah,
7 of them.
7 of them.
Whatever. Whatever. But anyway, everybody did a great job in their roles. That's nothing against them. just the advertisement
Mhm.
should have gave more mystery to us.
Yeah, and that upset me quite a bit. When we walked out, we were with a couple friends, and we're like, you guys, if you didn't see the trailer, you consider yourself lucky." So like, yeah.
But all right, let's give a few quotes and get out of
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
Okay, relax. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to learn from you. I'm here to be your friend. You know, all the Disney shows only have one dad, too. If you could look inside, you can see my heart is broken because of what I have to do today. They drove 7 hours and they only stayed 45 minutes.
That's crazy.
I just want you to know I don't have a single homophobic bone in my body. I've done a bunch of questionable things when I was young and dumb.
Haven't we all?
You just vomit everything you think, don't you? A part of humanity has been judged. I'm noticing that some of them actually give
Okay.
away stuff, and I know
Okay.
that's why it's taking a second. I'm reading them, and I was like, I don't want to read that. I think church is from another time when people were scared of shadows. I'm like 4 things in a row are
Yeah, they're just giving away stuff of it. Yeah, it's hard to talk
Yeah.
about this movie without like spoiling anything because we don't want to talk about it if you guys want to see it, but it's in nutshell only, so we have to keep like everything we say is sort of behind a screen before we say it, you know. So it's
Don't say another word if you're horseshit, Chris. What you are seeing is not the fireworks, just the fleeting sparks. I love that line. I thought that line
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I love about teaching kids? They believe everything you say.
Okay.
That's it. The rest of it, to be honest, I think I wrote down a lot of things. They sound cool, but I believe they give too much of the plot away. And as we've already discussed, the trailer gave a lot away not a lot, but it gave the main
Yeah.
overall.
And if you look too deep into the plot itself, you're sort of like, well, what about this and what about that? I don't know about that. It seems a little full of holes, kind of. If you see it, so just if you're gonna see it, just sort of take the ride, and whatever. All right, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. Oh wait, what's your score? Neil,
Huh?
what's your score again?
This one's rough. This one's rough. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this score. And the reason being is because, man, I don't know if you know this, but Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned actor. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it 3.9, and it's 100% because there are good scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
With Dave Bautista, with Rupert, with
Mhm.
Ben Aldridge, with the little girl even doing a great job in her acting and stuff like that. This would have probably got a lot higher. Like it would have been easily like a 4.3, 4.4. But dude, when you're marketing something like a movie, maybe not tell us everything we're going to see in the movie.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
there are surprises, but the surprises don't outweigh how much you know walking in.
yeah. Mine's probably about the same with you. 3.9. Dave Bautista is amazing in this movie. I loved him in it. I spent 3 hours with that guy he was in this movie, but the movie that's not 3 hours. It's like it's an hour and 40 minutes. So,
Yeah, it wasn't too long of a movie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I like because I hate that movies now all have to be 3 hours.
Yeah,
I have
no,
no
like,
idea why that's a thing.
My bladder's
It's
just
like
scarred
and they're
and
like,
bruised
that's
from
an
this.
experience.
Yeah.
I go, you know what an experience is? Do you know what an experience is, Chris?
What is that?
An experience is like, when you're Batista and you win the tag team titles with the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience score for Knock the Cabin?
73.
64.
Oh.
Maybe a bunch of us saw the trailer too. Okay. You know, it cuts out the mic when that happens, right?
I know. I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah. So what is the critic score for Knock the Cabin on Rotten Tomatoes?
Gosh, we've been pretty brutal, but because we know everything walking 55.
68%.
68.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher than the audience says. Critics' consensus is, although it's often less than scary and parts of the story don't bear scrutiny, Knock at the Cabin is a thought-provoking chiller and upper-tier Shyamalan. Okay.
Hey, how do you think this feels?
Probably doesn't feel good.
Yeah. And the guy he did that to, that guy is like 6'6".
Oh wow, that's a lot of strength. That
Yeah, I know, dude.
But yeah, when it comes to Shyamalan, this is definitely better than After Earth or Avatar, but it's better than The Happening. But it's not, to me. It's like mid tier Shyamalan, upper tier.
Yeah, and by any facts, all we want is for the world to be better. And we just want people not to give us the entire movie.
I'm banning fucking trailers. I'm gonna walk out until the trailers are fucking over now. You know? That's how
it just bothers me so much. They give away so much these days.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's not like people are gonna be like, you know, if you're just going to give it away in the trailer, people are just going to start watching 3-minute trailers. Because to be honest, people's attention span is already going down because of TikTok and stuff like that. It's not like they're going to run out to the movies just so they can see, you know, Batista, who is number 1 on the PW1's top 500 wrestlers list in 2005. They're not going to do that.
Well, we will at least. So that's Knock the Cabin. Next week we are kind of unsure what we're doing. Neil's been sick. We don't know the fuck's coming out. This is a dead month week. We might go see a horror film called Consecration. I don't know.
We might see Magic Mike. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And
I don't know if Chris really wants to see Magic Mike.
Man,
I mean, Salma Hayek's in it.
Yeah, and it's directed by
Kevin Nash, who's a pro wrestler.
Oh yeah, I mean,
is Matthew McConaughey in it again?
I don't think he's in. No, I don't think Matthew McConaughey was he in the first one.
Yeah, he's in the first two.
Oh, well, I think this is also directed by David by Soderbergh. So I'm a Soderbergh.
Yeah,
fan.
Matthew McConaughey's in it.
Okay. Well, I know Soderbergh is directed in
Olivia Moon's in it. And that's all they're telling me here. Oh man, who else? It says Kevin Nash. Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Do you know who Kevin Nash is?
He's a wrestler. Yeah, I think you just told me who he was.
Kevin Nash is one of the guys that started. You know how popular wrestling was in the 90s?
Yeah.
He was part of the group called the NWO, which is one of the top 3 top selling wrestling shirts. If you haven't seen one, they're everywhere. Still to this day, with him, Hulk Hogan, and Scott Hall, one of the most biggest things that ever happened in wrestling. I don't see Joe though, and that makes me mad.
He was in the other ones. Joe Mangelli or whatever.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Joe? If Joe's not in it, then I don't.
It's strange. So Soderbergh directed the first Magic Mike and The Last Dance, but he didn't direct Magic Mike XXL. That's strange. Okay, all right, whatever. Yeah, who cares? But yeah,
anyway,
that's
it, man.
All right, well, we'll see you guys.
We'll figure it out, guys, and we'll get information out there, and we'll let you all know.
You can find us online, movies on Net. We're W2Mnet.com. Just inside their feed, go to the website. It's pretty fucking cool. They got all kinds of stuff there. We got our friend Mark Radulich there, and a bunch of other stuff. You can visit online.
We need to advertise that at the beginning too.
I did.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, I did it real quick though. So W2Mnet.com. That's Wrestling to the Max Network, or WTM.net. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/MovieZoneSuck We're on Twitter, MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram, MTS Podcast. We're good at patreon.com/MovieZoneSuck. You guys want a Spiffy shirt like Neil's wearing right now? Go to bonfire.com/MovieZoneSuck and something to do. If you guys, if you were watching us on YouTube, you can subscribe, watch the Facebook, like that page, or subscribe wherever you guys do podcast. You can subscribe anywhere. Yeah, if you guys want to send us an email, movies.don'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com or info@movies.don'tsuck.net. We'll get back to you within like a couple minutes. We're really not doing anything that much. And wherever you find podcasts, you can find Movies Don't Suck and something to do. What do you do for small businesses?
Hey, if you got a small business or any business that you just like or you're just friends with, I will be more than happy to advertise. And we love advertising local business so the thousands of listeners, our millions of followers can actually take a listen and go to your business and get you some money in your pocket. So please just send us your information. We'll be more than happy to advertise for you.
Yeah, all right, man. Are you good?
I'm good. Let's get out of here. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter how sick you are, you can still go see a rock concert and not die and do the podcast at the end of the week. Have a good day. Thank you, guys, everybody that's watching. We had a great time. I'm sorry we had to do this on Saturday again because I was dying earlier this week.
Yeah.
But everybody, you have a good day. Go Chiefs. Hope they beat
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
snot out of the Philadelphia Eagles, even though the Eagles have the point advantage on the gambling circuits.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey will beat the shit out of them.
And I hear gunshots outside. I think one. So
Gunshot.
Sometimes-
That's one of my favorite games when I lived in freaking Kansas City. Gunshots,
gunshots.
fireworks.
Oh yeah,
Gunshots or fireworks.
All right, man. Well, I will see you later. I'm gonna go upstairs and figure out what the puppies are up to.
Oh yeah.